This is our second trip back for stem cell for Lucas. Our first trip was back in October 5th, and we had 7 injections done back then. Actually, 4 injections and 3 IVs. And immediately within the first week, we noticed his improvements in terms of eating has improved a lot, and also his agitation is subdued. He's not as agitated, and he just seems more calm and overall a happier baby. And since our trip, it's been about 5 months, not quite 6 months yet, we've returned for our second round of stem cell treatment. And basically since then, we've seen enough improvements for us to justify, the love and the support and the financial responsibility that comes with coming to China for Lucas's second treatment, and that includes his ability to eat. Before we had to mash up everything or give him some liquids. Now he can eat pretty much anything from chips to anything that my other kids are eating, he can eat. There's absolutely no limit to what he can eat. And you all understand how difficult it is for a child like Lucas to be eating like the rest of us. Motor-wise, he's gotten really strong. He can actually, if I just hold his hands on the floor, he can take steps. Meaning, he's got some trunk stability that allows him to do that. And the fact that he's healthy and happy, I think that's the number one thing. His doctors. And another thing too is since he, of course, this is a big thing that I forgot to mention earlier. The big thing is that his brain, because of his injury at 1 year, he lost half of his brain in the injury. And since the stem cell, and before that, every 3 months we took pictures of his CAT scan, and his brain cells seem to never grow. It just like stays half, and the other is just all fluid. He has a fluid sac. And then since the stem cell treatment, we just had another CAT scan done right before we came over, just to compare. When we get another one, 6 months from now or 3 months from now. And his brain has gotten fuller and denser, and the fluid sac has resolved about 90%, 95%. So we're really, as a family, really excited about that. And also his doctors, before stem cell, every 3 to 6 months, or actually every 2 to 3 months, he has to see like 9 different doctors, one after another, like his GI, his neurologist, his neurosurgeon, and just so like a lot of doctors, his pediatric ophthalmologist. So since the first round of stem cell, he came back for follow-up visits, and so they don't want to see him anymore. And that's the big thing, because he really hates it. We hate taking him to the doctor because he hates the doctor. And so basically he's graduated from all of his doctors. So now they don't want to see him unless some big emergency things comes up. So his GI, his gastrointestinal doctor, doesn't want to see him because he's doing fine. His neurosurgeon doesn't want to see him because his brain is growing and his fluid sac is gone. Neurologist doesn't want to see him because he doesn't have any more seizures. So basically he's just graduated from all of his doctors. And right now, the only doctor that's seeing him on a regular basis is a pediatrician. And also bringing his hands together, the clap. I think the clap is really important, even though it's such a simple gesture, to be able to put your hands together, in the world of, physical therapy, or in the world, of having a child like Lucas, having them put their hands together is actually a big deal in terms of, cognitive and motor-wise. Because before everything had to be separate. Like he would not put his hands together. Everything had to be kept separately. So, which is obviously a brain injured type of a deal. So now that he's able to put his hands together, that's actually a big thing. That tells us that he's very aware of his environment, and he has the ability to control his his hands, and he's not afraid to experiment and learn new things. That's important for a child like Lucas. So for him to do that, putting his hands together, for us is a big deal. and I'm sure all of the mothers who have, a special needs child like I do understand how important that is. Lucas, can you give me a high five? High five. Give me five. Give me five. Okay. Wawa, Rika. Okay, thank you. That's his Wawa.
Yes, you remember Wawa.
Okay. Your thigh. Lucas, your thigh. I just told him to clap his hands, and he just did one. Lucas, your thigh. Lucas, your thigh. Your thigh, Rika. Your thigh. Lucas, your thigh. Your thigh, Rika. Your thigh. Thank you. Yay. I think he has a very good chance of having his vision, because his pediatric ophthalmologist told us that his vision since the accident had gradually, gotten better, and he's got eye contact, he can see things, you might not know that he can see, but he can see, there's nothing indicating that he's blind or, anything like that. So he's definitely recovering and doing well. So, and we feel very confident that stem cells had a lot to do with it. So that's the reason why we're coming back, for the second one, and probably, another one too, later on in the year, 6 months from now. Cognitively, he can understand a lot of things. When we talk to him, he can say more words now than before. He can say in our language, Vietnamese, he can say eat, let's go, I want to go play, grandma, daddy, mommy, and when he's sad and crying, he calls me, he calls mama. And so those are all very new, because before he couldn't communicate verbally. So, and overall, he's just really happy, healthy. He's not on any medicine at all. Before, he was on medicine for everything, from going to the bathroom to eating, Prevacid and seizure medications and just all kinds of things. And he's been medicine-free for about 8 months now, 6 to 8 months. So he's doing really well. And this time around, the other day, last week during therapy, he was able to stand balanced on his own. All I did was just hold his hand a little bit, and he was able to stand by himself for 2 minutes. And I think that's huge because that really tells me that he has the balance control, and his muscle and his legs, his ability to be able to be independent and have ambulatory connections with his body. So we're very happy with that, and we'll be able to see when we go back to America. I bought some equipment from here, shipped back to California. I'm hoping that when we go back, he'll be able to progress more.
Yes.
And if we see more changes within the next months or so, we'll probably come back for the third treatment, either here in Shenzhen or Hangzhou. So once again, we're very happy with the treatment, and we thank all the doctors and the nurses here for taking care of Lucas, and also the Becky staff for being there to help us. And we hope to see you guys next time. And whatever changes happen, I'll keep John or all the other people posted. We also have a blog which I'll be updating ever so often. Anything else, I'm sure you guys will hear from me about Lucas's progress.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.